With the average cost of college having risen over 150% over the past 40 years, it makes sense to more carefully analyze the decision if getting your degree will be worth it for you, but also which major to choose so you can enjoy job satisfaction with good pay. Many students choose a major but have never worked a day in that field. Then they decide it's not for them after taking related classes, or upon graduation take a job in an unrelated field. It makes sense to make an informed decision about which career path to choose that will provide a healthy paycheck, enjoyment, and a feeling of being fulfilled. The last thing you want is to spend years obtaining a degree only to work one day on the job and realize it's not for you. Switching fields can be an option, but that often comes with a pay cut, and a reduced salary can make paying back student loans difficult, as the actual income being earned might be much lower than anticipated. Before choosing a degree, do your best to increase the likelihood that it will be something you will enjoy in other ways than solely the paycheck. Here are the best degrees to land you a promising job. If you enjoy videos about money, personal finance, and investing, all topics that will help you better your financial future, consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification icon to be notified of new videos. If this video is helpful, make sure to hit the like button. Mechanical engineering. These types of engineers design and oversee the manufacturing of a variety of products, ranging from medical devices to new lithium-ion batteries, generators, engines, refrigerators, and more. The product types are only limited to the vast array of mechanical items that can be found all over the world, and the list is seemingly endless. Mechanics are nearly everywhere at all times of the day, whether we realize it or not, and they're being designed and developed constantly. Mechanical engineers analyze products, conceive new designs, and redesign products using computer software and test product prototypes. The average starting salary is over $65,000, and projected job growth over the next decade is around 9%. Earning a mechanical engineering degree often takes longer than most bachelor's degrees due to the internships and on-the-job work experience needed. Median salaries average over $83,000, which is nearly double the median pay for all jobs. Nursing. The need for nurses is extreme, with shortages all across the healthcare professions. Nurses handle issues ranging from common cold questions to birthing and hospice care. Contrary to what people initially think, it's not always necessary to work in an emergency room or a hospital environment either, as there are many different environments available. Jobs in this field are expected to grow by double digits over the next decade or so. This is partly due to the aging population and the advancement of medical technology that's helping people live longer. This makes nursing a sustainable career until robotics can provide care for humans in a better way. The starting salary for an RN is around $61,000, and the median pay for an RN is around $70,000 per year. Over 80% of nurses feel as though they have a strong sense of meaning in their career, which isn't something people always remember to consider when choosing a field. Nursing students will be taking many science courses, including anatomy, chemistry, nutrition, and more, so an interest in those subjects will be beneficial. Nurses report a high degree of job satisfaction due to the enjoyment of providing care to those in need. Computer engineer. With the use of computers becoming more and more prevalent, it's no wonder the workers designing them are enjoying a lucrative career. Computer engineers research, design, develop, and improve computer systems and their components. There are software engineers who design the programs, operating systems, and the software computers are designed to operate with, but these engineers focus on the computer hardware responsible for the actual machinery, like microchips and circuits that run the software. While they certainly have a position in designing laptops and household computers, the job doesn't just stop there like one might initially think. Computers can be found everywhere in your car, in medical equipment, in airplanes, and various other devices. Starting salaries average $72,000 with a median income of $115,000. Projected job growth rates are around 9% for the next decade. Students looking to earn this degree should expect to take many math and science classes and should realize their education doesn't end upon graduation. With the rapid advancement of technology, continuing education will be necessary to stay relevant in the computer engineer career field. Management Information Systems. Jobs in this field will combine leadership and technology skills. Information systems focuses on implementing technology within a business or organization. Just think of how companies of all types have increased the amount of technology used for business in recent years. The management part focuses on the business side of the job. You won't need to take only computer courses, you'll also need psychology, project management, and other different courses to ensure you're well-rounded for the job. Median pay is about $85,000, and the projected long-term growth rate is very high at over 20%, with more and more companies implementing technology within their business. Starting salaries average $60,000. Construction management. Expectations for increasing population in the United States within the coming years adds to the need for construction managers. This field entails helping build new homes, hospitals, office buildings, schools, and structures of all kinds. In addition, improvements and renovations of roads, bridges, and basic infrastructure are all types of construction that require management. Jobs in this field are exposed to market fluctuations, especially if there is a recession like the housing crash of 2008, but there are opportunities working for the government, so those positions will likely be more stable. Starting pay is around $59,000 per year, with a median salary of $72,000. Growth expectations are slow but steady at around 3% over the next 10 years. Business Administration. This is a great degree to obtain because it allows you to closely study business management but not be locked into one type of business. So if a job in one field wasn't a good fit, there are many other fields that can be explored. In other words, this degree can be used for virtually any type of business, including jobs with accounting, healthcare, financial management, and various other fields. Starting pay is around $49,000, but median salaries hover around $86,000. There will be a need for this type of employee as long as there are businesses operating. Although jobs with this degree offer a wide range of possibilities, students should be comfortable with numbers, as they'll probably be required to take accounting, statistics, and economics courses. Other business-related classes will include business ethics and law, marketing, and business policy and strategy. Economics. Majoring in economics is one way to benefit from the data boom. Professionals in this field are usually employed by the government, which might be somewhat limiting, while providing security at the same time. It's unlikely that the government is going to be bankrupt or have to lay off thousands of employees when the next recession hits. However, there are opportunities in science, consulting, and finance fields too, with employees looking for these people to fill positions as financial managers, purchasing agents, and data analysts. Median pay is around $103,000 per year, with a starting salary of $57,000, and future growth prospects look promising. A variety of economics classes will be required, as well as math, statistics, liberal arts, and foreign language. Food science. Food scientists have an important role in all types of food, ranging from meat, dairy, bread, and every other food you could think of, making sure the foods are healthy and safe to eat. Jobs aren't limited to only companies with new development. Even established restaurants need people to continually work on their product line, ensuring it's up to standards and the products are able to compete with other businesses. With the amount of new development in plant-based meat alternatives and processed foods, jobs in this field are expected to rise by about 8% over the next decade, even after seeing major growth in recent years. Companies like Beyond Meat employ teams of these scientists to improve the experience of vegetarian foods, with other food companies and major restaurants employing these professionals to critique and improve many of their items. Starting pay is around $50,000 per year, with a median annual income of $64,000. Finance. Overall, one of the best degrees to obtain is one that will not only help you land a job, but help you with your own personal finances too. Money and finance can be overwhelming and complicated for many people, and those individuals need help managing and understanding how to prepare for the future. especially with more and more people nearing retirement age. Proper planning is essential to enjoy a comfortable future, and a lack of planning is very common with many people failing to realize the importance of setting financial goals. Financial analysts who evaluate investment opportunities for businesses earn a median salary of $84,000, and job growth is expected to be upwards of 10% over the next decade. Starting pay is around $56,000 per year. Professionals in this field can expect to work with numbers quite a bit, so make sure that's not something that bothers you. Software engineering. It makes sense that another great subject to study has to do with computers and technology. Computers are everywhere and are becoming increasingly popular, and the professionals who are trained to make, service, and perfect the machines are in demand. The number of jobs for individuals in this field are expected to grow by a staggering amount, more than 30% over the next decade. Compensation is very healthy compared to others with similar levels of education, earning around $100,000 per year. New hires out of college will make a decent living as well, with starting salaries around $69,000. Software engineering majors can expect to take many computer and technology-focused classes, like computer science and programming. Business and communication classes can be advantageous as well, with employers paying more for those with these skills. Chemistry. If studying the basic composition of the items around you is of interest, chemistry might be something to study, as topics during college will be focused mainly on subjects directly pertaining to the chemistry field, instead of various subjects that many other degrees require. Chemistry allows you to study properties and how they change under different circumstances, with a starting salary of approximately $48,000 per year. Median income is around $75,000 per year. Job prospects aren't expected to grow by a crazy amount over the next decade, with growth predicted to be around 10%, which is in line with the overall job market. Although median pay is around $75,000, those with a chemistry degree have the potential to continue their education by becoming a pharmacist, which will increase their income to around $124,000. Materials science. Similar to chemistry, this field applies science to different materials like ceramics, plastics, and metals to improve items and create new ones. Positions in this field range from energy, electronics, transportation, food, and more as businesses seek higher quality materials for lower prices. Professionals in this field typically spend their time perfecting products that will be used in various different items, ranging from cars to shoes. Starting salaries average around $68,000 per year, and a median pay of $100,000 per year, making the pay very competitive. The job market is relatively narrow for this degree, but growth is expected to be around 7% over the next decade, which is just slightly less than the 9.7% growth for all jobs. Do whatever you can to make sure you're making the right choice when it comes time to choose your major. An unpaid internship might not seem appealing, but if it allows you to get some on-the-job experience that will help you determine if it's enjoyable for you, the time would be very well spent. Many young people have limited exposure to various fields of employment that will become open to them when they graduate with their degree. Usually, young adults entering college are limited to the experience of their parents, suggestions from guidance counselors, or perhaps an impression left by a part-time job. Remember not to choose a major based solely on the income potential, because if you find that field to be boring, unfulfilling, or just not something you enjoy, it will end up costing you money in one form or another. It's a good idea to research the details of various career paths in terms of compensation, job satisfaction, daily activities, growth opportunities, and how rewarding the career will be. After all, it's a decision that college-bound students will live with for a very long time. Even if it's possible to switch fields, you'll probably take a hit to your pay. It's easy to quickly choose a major without realizing how serious of a decision it is, so make sure you do your research before making a choice that will impact your entire career.